Hey, you guys, how you doing tonight? Welcome to the Unfiltered Truth. I'm your host, Phil Jones. Y'all know how I usually do sports. I do politics now, do a little entertainment. Let's do some movies. So here I will be joined by an actor that will be playing in a new film called Deadlock with Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis, man, I haven't heard Bruce Willis die hard for a minute, but I'm here with the one and only Michael DeVorzon. I feel like I butchered it again. I know he's like, yeah, you got it again. You butchered it. How you doing, man?
But it's all good. Yeah, DeVorzon is the proper pronunciation. But
DeVorzon. I'm about to look. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna have it like pronounced. I'm gonna have it like read off on Google, like DeVorzon.
Yeah.
But how are you doing today?
I'm good, Phil. I'm good. Thanks for asking. How about yourself?
You know, tomorrow's Turkey Day, football. Gotta love it.
Man, football starting at 9:30 a.m. going all day. Thank God for the games, right? It gives us a little bit of a distraction from the madness. It's like, hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta go watch the game.
You got a football team?
Raiders.
You're a Raiders fan?
Yeah, I know. It's a little embarrassing.
Oh my God! Hold on! Stop! Oh my gosh! Guess what? Same here.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're both Raider fans. Yeah.
Man, we started well. We're struggling right now. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened this year. I was at the first game of the season in the new stadium in Vegas.
Oh, so you were there week 1 too?
I was there. You were there too?
Yeah.
It was wild, huh?
Yep, I was in the black hole.
You were?
Yeah.
Oh man, I was right up above you. I was right up above you on the next level up.
Okay. Man, small world, man. I'm telling you. How did you like the stadium?
Huh?
How did you like the stadium?
Oh, I thought the stadium was amazing. Yeah, well, that night was crazy, wasn't it?
We had Ice Cube. Look, we had Little John there. I was like, what, man?
That was an epic night, man. God dang.
Overtime thriller. So
Overtime thriller. That's right.
Yeah, we're dealing with that little 2019, 2020, and well, third time's the charm. We're repeating the same thing again. So either they can find some hope tomorrow and pull off the biggest upset on Thanksgiving Day, or we're getting ready for a whole rebuild.
It's not over. It's not over. Yeah, but you're right. Tomorrow's going to be a big game. They got to turn it around. They got to turn it around.
No doubt. You know what's okay? Your name reminds me. It's giving me something that's like popping up in my head. You ever play on this show called Melrose Place?
I did. Yes, that was my first job in Hollywood. Was in the production office of Melrose Place. I was there for 3 seasons, and while I was there, they knew I was studying to be an actor. I said, if there's something that comes along, I would love to get a shot to be in front of the camera. So that was my first professional acting job as well, was on Melrose Place. But I spent 3 seasons on the show in the production office.
Look, I know you're like, man, how old are you, dude?
And that's where I met Patrick Muldoon, who's the lead of this movie, along with Bruce, back in the mid-90s.
Man, because like Muldoon, I remember him from like Starship Troopers. I was like, yo, that was the movie back then for me.
Yeah.
So some things I want to hit on today, you being an actor, like 2020, we had the pandemic. How were you able to adapt through all of that?
Well, I had 2 movies come out during the pandemic, which was just, it was just timing. I had finished one of them about 3 weeks before the pandemic hit, and the other one we had finished and they were negotiating the deal. And those both came out during the pandemic, Her Deadly Groom and Fast and Furious Death Race. And they came out, they were well received, but we were it was a pandemic. Not a lot of people were working. And I was thinking, I don't know when I'm going to work again. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how I'm going to parlay this. And then the phone started ringing in December of 2020. And I did a movie at the end of December 2020. Then I did another movie to start off the new year. And then the end of January, got the call, flew to Georgia to do Deadlock. And so, I was lucky to be working a little bit during the pandemic when a lot of people weren't working. And that was just sheer luck that some people that I had worked with were still trying to go out there and make movies, even though it was more difficult and there was a lot more, protocols and rules. So yeah, I mean, it was really a tough time for everybody in whatever field you were in, and so definitely my heart, went out to everybody because there was a lot of suffering going on, a lot of people that were out of work, including people in the entertainment business. And so once the ball started rolling again, I just went with it, and we were like, it's a new thing. We're shooting in COVID times, new rules. Got the mask on all day, taking the mask off just to do the scene. That's it. So, like anything in life, you got to be flexible and learn to adapt. That's what
you're absolutely right on that one.
Yeah.
You had that one film, you just said Fast and Furious. You were playing with DMX in that movie.
God rest his soul. God rest his soul. Yeah, X joined us, and we were real grateful to have him as part of the cast. And so that was a fun movie to shoot. Yeah, I had a lot of fun shooting that movie.
How was he like on set with you? He was a fun guy.
He was just cool, down to earth. Yeah, I remember the first day he was going to come to set. You're always a little bit, how's he going to be? What's it going to be like, and everything like that. And he was just real down to earth, and we did our scenes together, very professional. And yeah.
No, definitely. Well, first off, tell us about the new film Deadlock.
So yeah, Deadlock's an action movie. And if I was to sum it up in one sentence, I would say it's about a man's destructive quest for vengeance. And that man is played by Bruce Willis. And it's kind of an interesting change for Bruce, because usually, he plays heroes. And I always think of him as always being the guy who saves the day, and he's the badass. Right. And in this one, he's the villain. But in his mind, he's justified in his actions. But nonetheless, he's the bad guy in this one. And it's a lot of action, and I'm on the receiving end of his mission to get vengeance against the world and against the people that have harmed those that he loves. And so yeah, we had a lot of fun. The stakes were really high, really intense, some wild and crazy scenes, and a lot of fun.
Now, you said you met Patrick and Bruce back in the 90s. Like, so how are they? How are those two guys?
Well, Pat, I knew in the 90s. Bruce, I met in the early 2000s.
Okay.
And I'll tell you about that. But Pat, I was a young kid when I was working on Melrose Place, and those actors, they were larger than life to me. I just thought, God, these guys are really doing it. They're really doing what I want to do, what I dream of doing, one day. And Patrick was just always a very cool guy. He's very charming. He's very likable as a human being, and his work, his characters tend to be, he's just very likable. And I remember him being just a real charming guy with a good sense of humor. So to be in Georgia doing a movie with him 16 years later was surreal. You know, it was like, it was just really surreal. And Bruce, I met in the early 2000s, and I was at a friend's birthday party. It was a small group of about 30 people.
Okay.
And I'm out there on this deck overlooking Hollywood, and I look over and there's Bruce Willis. Coolest dude, right? As far as, you know, I mean, his characters, I mean, you can't get cooler, right? I mean, the guy's just cool. So he's holding a baby, my friend's newborn baby, whose birthday was. And he's holding the baby and just rocking the baby. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, this dude is so cool. He's holding the baby. He still looks like an action hero, you know, holding the baby. So I walked up and introduced myself to him, and we exchanged, you know, had a little conversation. But I asked him, how do you do it? And what I meant is basically, how do you do what you do on screen? I should have worded it better, because he thought I was asking, how do you hold babies? His answer was, a lot of practice. Yeah. He said, a lot of practice. And I said, okay, I'll take it. Yeah.
So like you know, you being an actor and being in an industry now, you're like, how do you balance, you know, your work life with like being an actor, going and doing this, doing that, and then, you know, family life and all?
Yeah, it's a great question. Balance is one of those words that I've had to look up in the dictionary, because I'm kind of an extremist, and I've kind of, you know, I'm fanatical about whatever I'm doing. So balance has been a great lesson for me, is how can I create balance in my life? I'm very close with my family. Family is very important to me. And now more than ever, after the pandemic, there was something about the pandemic being separated from my family for quite a while. And I actually was doing a movie, so I couldn't spend Christmas with them. And that I've been making an extra effort to see my family, to go the extra mile, to spend time with them, you know, to do that. So that's definitely a top priority, you know. And when the phone rings, you know, and something comes along work-wise, you know, I make it work. But the luxury of being an artist is you have time. You know, you have time to go spend time with the fam. Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's put it like this. When you were acting in any film, like what film that you probably did seemed challenging for you?
Well, you know, I look at all of them as just being a new experience. Every scene, I look at it as, this is the only scene I've ever done in my entire life, and I'm just going to put myself into this fully and completely. I think doing Her Deadly Groom and Fast and Furious Death Race, which both came out during the pandemic, were both challenging because of the speed at which we shot.
Okay.
And being the lead in both movies, I had so much work to do on any given day that it was, you know, it was daunting at times. And I thought, this is insane. I don't know how we're going to get through this much work. In Deadlock, I got a solid role. I'm very grateful for it, but you know, it was manageable.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't losing my mind. It was manageable. I was more losing my mind that I was going to be acting opposite Bruce Willis, but I had, you know, I had a good handle on the, you know, the scenes and the story and the arc of the character and what I was doing. But it's a whole other animal when you're taking on the lead role, and you got to shoot really quickly because you got no time, and you're trying to give the best performance that you could. So I think probably Fast and Fierce Death Race was probably the one with DMX was probably the most challenging because we had stunts, we had cars, we had action, and I'm in almost every scene of that movie, and there was stuff in that movie that I honestly, in the moment, I thought, I don't know how we're going to do this. And we did it. Mainly because the director, he would take charge and be like, and he would make things work, and then there were some scenes where I had a monologue that was written 24 hours before we shot, and it's a long monologue, and I do the first take and I think, oh gosh, I'm in trouble. And then it just clicks. Yeah.
So
you got to have the acting gods.
All right.
Let me say that. I do believe in the acting gods or the filmmaking gods. You need some help sometimes. Right. You need some help sometimes.
So for younger actors trying to get in the industry, what kind of advice could you give to them?
Yeah, my advice to younger actors that want to be actors is to study the masters, watch the old classic films, study the actors that you really admire, watch what they do, study film like a student.
Okay.
And work on your craft. It's like anything, it's like working out. If you go to the gym once a month, you're probably not going to get fit, So it's just the same thing with acting. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it, the better you get with it. And so staying fit, keeping your acting skills fit, doing scenes, doing an acting class, studying plays, studying scenes, studying films, studying movies. And you got to just believe in yourself, and you got to keep going no matter what. You never know when you're going to get a break. And sometimes in this business, you can go on long dry spells where things don't happen and you start to get discouraged and you start to think, things aren't going to happen. And then when you least expect it, sometimes you get a stroke of luck, and that stroke of luck starts a whole momentum of movies, which has been the case for me. I'm pretty deep into my career. I'm not a spring chicken. And in the last 2 years, I've done 8 movies. And I didn't expect that to happen. So don't leave before the miracle happens. That's the saying.
Right.
Don't leave before the miracle happens. Keep showing up.
All right, I'm going to use that as one of my inspirational quotes. Put that down on my list because I like that right there. So
it's true.
Have you been able to do any like directing or producing since you've been acting?
I've done a little bit of producing, and I'm developing 4 feature screenplays that I wrote right now. And my priority on those is to be a writer and to be a producer on the projects. Whether or not I act in them or not is not the priority for me. So yeah, I am looking to get more into producing, and very passionate about my writing. And directing, I love working with actors. I think I have a gift for it. However, what directors do as a whole, it's a lot. I would be very, I would not be quick to say, I could direct, because they do a lot of stuff, and I really admire the work that the directors do, and being the captain of the ship. And so it's a special kind of skill set. But I do like working with actors, and I do think I have a good eye, but I haven't really considered. I did write a short film. I was thinking about directing that maybe, just as an experiment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey man, look, you gotta get your stuff out there. I want to see it, man. Now, since we're talking about directing, give me your thoughts on more women directing in films in the industry right now.
Well, I think there are more women directing in films right now. And I just saw that movie Coda, which I really loved, and it was directed by a female named Sean something. It's one of my favorite films that's out there right now. And Promising Young Woman last year. I'm just thinking of a couple, but so yeah, there's more female directors right now, and I mean, one of my favorite directors that I've ever worked with is a woman. You know, we did, it was only small projects that we did together, experimental stuff, but
okay.
You know, I think women are as good at directors as they come. Absolutely. And I really like working with them. To me, it doesn't matter. I think they have a great degree of sensitivity. And I think women, they have, I just think women have the potential that a woman's touch on a film or a scene, I think is something to take note of.
Absolutely. If you got facts on that one. Now, which actor would you like to collaborate with?
Actor?
Yes. Actor, actress.
You know who's one of my favorite female actresses is Jessica Chastain.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she's about as good of an actress as you'll ever see. Do it. And she's younger, you know, she's not, you know, we all think of Meryl Streep as, you know, being the greatest actress of all time. And I don't think that's up for debate. But Jessica Chastain is a younger actress coming up, and she's, you know, already, I think her work is just bomb. It's so raw and it's so real. And I would just love to work with her. Yeah, I would love to work with her. As far as guys, there's so many incredible. I think Denzel, I mean, I think he's the greatest actor of our generation. I think Leo DiCaprio is doing incredible work. Really, really, really powerful work. And I'd like to do a comedy too, you know, maybe George Clooney.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. All right.
Romantic. How about a romantic comedy with Julia Roberts?
Yeah, that I can see that right there.
You can see that one?
I can actually see that one right there, man.
Yeah.
All right. So
I had a crush on her for a long time.
Oh man.
Julia, man. Her on screen. You're like, God, she's something else.
All right, man, she was fire. I was like, who's this? Like when I was younger, like you like learning like different like actors and actresses' name. I'm like, okay, it's my woman crush. All right, I can get with this. Now, before we wrap up, it's like I said, it's Thanksgiving tomorrow, so give me your 4 favorite things that you're gonna eat.
Well, let's see. What are we gonna have? Well, turkey. Yeah. That's a given on Thanksgiving Day. What I will share with you that I'm going to eat tomorrow that goes out of the ordinary for me, and also it is the greatest stuffing I've ever had in my entire life. So we have a family recipe of stuffing that I believe was created by my aunt, God rest her soul. And we have that every year for Thanksgiving. And it is the best stuffing you will ever have in your life. It's crazy stuffing, bro. It's so good that you will eat it for lunch the next day.
Okay.
It's that good. So I'll be eating that.
All right.
And what else I'll be doing, which I usually don't do? I'll be killing the desserts.
All right.
I make an exception, and I make an exception on Thanksgiving Day. You put the cookies and the brownies and the cakes, I'm eating everything.
All right. So we're going like pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie.
We'll have pumpkin pie, pecan pie.
Okay.
I think we'll have cookies. These coconut chocolate chip cookies that are.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So.
No, you got me on the stuffing part. Like now, you got like a turkey gravy that goes over it, or is it like the stuffing where you can just eat it with no dressing on it?
No dressing.
Oh.
No dressing.
Okay.
You know what makes it? You know what makes it so good? There's sausage in it.
Ooh. Okay. So my dad does something similar to that.
Yeah.
And when you add, I'm just saying, you don't even, it's about the same like his. I don't know if it's like the same, but when you like, I can just eat it by itself. But when you add just a little bit of that turkey gravy to it, it's like, y'all leave me alone. I'm going to be in the office for the like next 10, 15 minutes enjoying this by myself.
Yeah. And I mean, you know what? Here's the thing. Stuffing to me is not really something that I like historically. But if you can create a stuffing like it sounds like your dad does and like we have done in our family, it's different. It's a different experience.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, you being a Raider fan, give me your prediction for tomorrow and score.
All right. Well, in order to give you a proper prediction, I have to, but let me tell you something. Waller, man, did you see? I mean, watching him live at that game in Vegas, I watched it and I said, there is no Raiders without Darren Waller. I was like, the whole offense runs through him.
Yes.
The whole offense runs through him. The guy is a beast, man. The guy is incredible. Okay, so we have the Cowgirls are at home and the Raiders are traveling on the road. Okay, and it looks like the Cowboys are a 7.5-point favorite. So I can tell you this. Amari Cooper, I don't know what happened to you. Where'd you go?
Yeah, he's out with COVID. Yeah.
No, I mean, I can't find you. Hold on. Oh, okay. Here we go. Yeah, so he's out with COVID. So Amari's out with COVID, right?
Right.
And also, the other receiver is CeeDee Lamb.
Yep, CeeDee Lamb. They got him.
Lamb. I think
they got him as questionable. If he passes concussion protocol, then
he's going to play. So I picked up the other guy in my fantasy.
Who did you take? Gallup?
No, not Gallup. The other guy.
Wilson.
Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah, Wilson. Wilson. So I picked him up as a shot. So Raiders on the road, dude. I think this is going to be the decision maker for our season.
Okay.
If we can go on the road as 7.5-point underdogs and win on the road, I think we can turn this season around. And I think it's possible. I think if Josh Jacobs plays well, Darren Waller, running the offense through the man, bounce back. They got to let go of the past and just get back to the present moment. So I'm going to make the score. I think it's going to be a not too high scoring, but I'm going to say the Raiders squeak it out with a field goal.
Okay.
27-24.
Ooh, I can get behind that one. I can get behind that one right there. Just shock everybody in Dallas, and they're just like, ah.
Well, this is the time where the Raiders will step up because people are writing them off.
Yeah.
And I can't say I'm right for sure, but they started as one of the hottest teams in the league. They have fallen off. Nobody's expecting them to win tomorrow.
Yeah.
If they might just rise to the occasion. I would not be surprised.
You know how they say it. I mean, it ain't Sunday, but it's, any given Sunday.
No truer words were spoken. In the NFL, it's always any given Sunday. And especially now, the league is so wide open these days. I love it because there's no dominant teams anymore. There are, but you know what I mean. Everybody's beatable. Everybody's beatable.
Facts. Everybody's fact beatable. Right there.
You start saying Buffalo, nobody's beating them. Wrong.
They're 6-4 now.
You start saying the Chiefs, nobody can beat them. Wrong. You start saying Tampa Bay, nobody can beat them. You're wrong. It's such a competitive league that anybody can beat anybody these days. And it makes it really wide open.
Michael is here speaking Raider facts. I love it. Matter of fact, who was one of your all-time favorites as a Raider who finishes off?
Got to go with my man, number 32, running back, Marcus Allen.
I was more of a number 34, Bo Jackson.
I was there. I was there when he was explosive. Yeah, Bo, what an athlete. Willie Gault was fat. But Marcus, I love the way Marcus ran because he was fluid. Bo had that quick, explosive, straight up the field speed. But Marcus, he found those holes, and he was more like a dancer. He had those. It was like a blend of Barry Sanders and Bo Jackson,
Yeah. You can definitely say that, yeah.
He was fluid.
Or, we could really say Barry Sanders was taking off a little bit of Marcus Allen.
Yeah. They ran similarly. Yeah. I think Barry was smaller. I think he was more compact, a little. But I'll tell you who's going off right now, Jonathan Taylor.
Ooh, man.
And I like the way he runs. I've been watching. I said, I like the way this guy runs. And he's on my fantasy team. He scored 5 touchdowns last week. I said,
that was crazy. And, just thinking, like I saw him back when he was at Wisconsin. I was just like, Wisconsin, they know how to groom the running backs. And then when they come out, you're going to get them for a good period of time. You get it when it matters the most. And I'm like, Taylor, if Derrick Henry can't stay healthy all the way, it's going to be the Jonathan Taylor show.
I'm telling you, the season's not over yet, but he's making his mark in a big way. Yeah, and Derrick is hurt. I think Mixon runs well too. I think the Giants running back is great, but man, he's been injured. Is he even back yet?
Yeah, Barkley played Monday night against Tampa Bay. Yeah.
How did he do?
He did all right. I think it's going to end up coming down to a point where he's just going to end up leaving New York, start fresh, and then revitalize the whole career. That's something that I see right now.
Odell Beckham came to the Rams.
Oh man, and then you look at that Monday night game, you're just like, I thought we were going to get like Hollywood prime time. We were going to get like the biggest show on earth, but you got beat by the Niners. The Niners, for God's sakes.
Any given Sunday.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, and the Niners are a game opponent. But yeah, no, they were. Listen, the Rams are another one of those teams. People were talking. They're unbeatable.
No, you're right.
We learn time and time again. Everybody is beatable. The league is so competitive.
Nah, absolutely.
But I think the Rams will win this week.
Oh, wow. Sorry, I got Poison Radio asking, can we trade Derek Carr for you?
Derica? Derica Carr? Hey. I'm honored. But I like D Carr though. I like him. I think he's.
It's my point with him is like, love the man, but I can't work with the quarterback. It's just he's like he has his up and down around this time, like we've seen for the last 3 years. I'm just like, it's like we loved you in the first half, and then what's going on, brother? So, I really do hope they pull it together tomorrow, because that's just going to be an ugly turkey day for a lot of Raider fans.
Watch.
Well, listen, when you get into championship quarterbacks,
Serena, get your TV together with the best of live and on demand. Introducing DirecTV.
That was me. I thought that was you.
I clicked. That was like,
man, Phil's playing a commercial. Hold on a second. No. I was gonna say, listen, when you get into championship quarterbacks,
yeah,
it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. Derek is a good ball player. He's respectable. He knows how to run an offense. He can win, but he's not a championship quarterback, or he has not proven himself to be that yet. And that's that area that we all try to figure out. We all try to predict, this guy, Carson Wentz, is going to be a championship quarterback. This one, Cam Newton's going to be a championship quarterback. Whatever it is, it's very hard to predict who's going to be able to elevate to that level and win in the clutch. Like Joe Montana, like Tom Brady, like Aaron Rodgers, like Drew Brees. They have that gift. They have that gift of making it happen and getting the win.
You're absolutely right, man.
I wouldn't want to be in those shoes.
Look, they're gonna have to have me. If I ever go out there, I'm gonna be like Uncle Rico for Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah. I mean, I was sitting there at the game one, right? Remember the Monday night in Vegas?
Yeah.
Bro, I was looking around like a sea of people. Now I hadn't been to a sporting event in a long time, right? So
right.
It was kind of I was having a new experience. I said, there's a lot of people here. And I was just thinking, how would you like to be out on the field with this many people watching? Woo! Man, that's
It's-
intense. That's intense.
It is.
Yeah.
Because they either gonna love you or hate you.
What about when the Raiders came to San Diego? Chargers. I always think of them as San Diego, but they came to the LA Chargers.
You
It's
talking about
not
this
really
year?
Dude, it's not really a home game. Because the Raiders, we run deep in LA.
Yeah.
The LA Chargers at home against the Las Vegas Raiders. It's like a home.
I mean, that's more of like a townhouse that they're renting. You know, that's really not their stadium.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, this is our stadium. I'm like, no, you're renting. You're renting that stadium. Get your own. You did have one. It's still sitting in San Diego. Oh wait, no. We actually took ownership of that before you left.
Yeah, a lot of Raider fans in LA.
Yeah. But Michael, I know you are ready to cook something. I know you're ready to get your grub on, pregame, and get ready for tomorrow. Look, and I know some people, they be like, well, I got to pregame this and be ready for the big major meal. And I'm like, hold on, how do you pregame? You mean like pregame, like drinking? They're like, no. Like, you're always going to have someone that has something out before the big meal tomorrow, and you got to taste it. You got to know if it's good or not. I'm like, okay. That's literally my coworker telling me this, like, right before I left work today. I'm like, okay. So I'm guessing everybody's pre-gaming before Thanksgiving. Okay, we're just gonna go with that from now on.
We're pre-gaming. Hey, all I'm talking about is we pre-gaming for the Raiders.
Facts.
Tomorrow, on the road in Dallas.
Facts.
And I think we're starting the momentum right here with this interview. And when I'm enjoying my Thanksgiving with my family and you're enjoying yours with your Thanksgiving, we're going to be remembering. I know Phil is with me on this.
Absolutely, Michael.
We're going to get the win on the road.
I gotta hear you do your Raiders chant. I gotta hear it. Come on. Come on, I gotta hear it.
Come on, Raiders. Woo! Let's get loose. Yeah.
What you doing with me?
Raiders. Yeah.
Right, there you go.
That's right.
Well, Michael.
Raiders. Yeah. I was feeling for you guys down there because you had to stand the whole.
Oh, man. But you know, hey, it was worth it. Worth it.
Bro. I'm impressed that you were down there.
That was like one of the moments that you can like never forget. And it was like, you know what? Let me record this game winner. And like, he threw the game winner to Zay Jones. I'm like, I have this in HD, 4K. I'm never going to forget this. This is already going to be saved. This is saved in my phone, saved onto my hard drive. I want to remember that moment. So
I have some good clips from that game too.
Oh man,
we had some good touchdowns in our end zone.
Yeah,
from the Raiders.
Because Waller got one.
Jacobs, Waller.
Yeah. The defense was going off. They were fighting.
Had to win the game twice.
Yeah. It be like that sometimes. It be like that.
You remember, right?
Oh, yeah.
We had to win twice. We had to win twice.
I was like, that's it. That's it. We got it. We got it. No. He was short. I was like, come on. How's he short? Interception. Then I'm like, oh, God, we're really going to lose this.
That's
I'm
right.
sitting here feeling that pain like start up in my stomach.
Oh, God, that's right.
And then all of a sudden I see Nassib comes in, is sacked, fumble, and then Nassib recovers the ball. I'm like, oh God, please look. I won't have another shot of tequila tonight. Please let me get this win tonight. Please. And the guy right next to me, he's looking at me. He's like, okay, I'll join you on this one. Please. Like, we all up here praying, like, please. And then, boom, the game winner hit. I was like, yeah, I got to definitely stick by that word because he answered my prayers.
That was great.
Absolutely, man. But hey, man, Michael, I appreciate you joining me. Ladies and gentlemen, check out Michael DeVorzon. Did I get it right?
That was good. You did. Yeah.
Michael DeVorzon for Deadlock. It's coming out December 3rd. It'll be in theaters. It'll be on demand as well. Paramount movies. You can catch it on. It should be up on Paramount Plus. Should be also on Amazon Prime as well. So you guys check it out. Again, appreciate you joining me. You got Twitter, right?
I do. Yeah. Twitter and Instagram is Michael DVZ.
Y'all give him a follow. Raider Nation, give him a follow. This is a fellow Raider fan right here. Give him a follow, you guys. Other than that, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. If you missed the interview, you guys can go back, recap it on the YouTube page for the Unfiltered Truth. As always, you guys have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Take care and God bless. Michael, enjoy yourself, my friend.
Phil, it was a pleasure. I really enjoyed this. Thanks for having me.
All right now.